Hey, Tamara, let's do something this weekend.
Oh, hi, Ian.
You don't have any work this weekend, do you? We haven't gone out on a date since last month. I really miss you. Don't worry about money either. I'll pay for everything. My treat.
Well, gee, Ian. That sure is a wonderful offer, and I would love to take you up on it. But unfortunately, a friend invited me to go on vacation this weekend, so yeah.
What? A vacation? That's news to me. You haven't said anything about that until right now.
Yeah, they just messaged me about an hour ago and invited me.
Oh, well, okay. I hope you have fun, but man, that was really short notice about the vacation, huh? Your friend is lucky you were off from work.
Someone else was planning to go along, but that person had something come up last minute. And since they already have the tickets and everything, I got invited instead.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah. I know you're my boyfriend and all, and I really appreciate the invitation, but since my friend talked to me first, I'm gonna go with them. Sorry, we'll hang out another time.
Nah, don't be sorry. Thing is, though, there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while. So, do you think we could meet up sometime before this weekend? We can meet up after you get out of work. Just let me know what your schedule is and I'll make it work for me.
Can't you just tell me by text?
I mean, sure I could, but it's something I'd rather talk to you about in person.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know if it seems like I'll be able to fit you into my schedule.
Thanks, Tamara. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Ian, do you have a minute?
Hey, Tamara. You want to talk about when we can meet up, right? I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
Kinda. I guess it's not totally unrelated. Well, to be more specific, I don't think I'll have any reason to meet up with you anymore. So I'll go ahead and say everything I have left to say to you right here.
What? You almost sound like you're gonna break up with me.
Well, the truth is, I'm pregnant with your brother's baby.
What? My brother's baby? You mean my younger brother, Jordan?
Well, duh. You don't have any brothers, do you?
No, I guess I don't.
Okay, then I'm not sure why you're so confused about it. Yeah, it's Jordan's baby.
Are you out of your mind? Jordan's only 19. He's young enough to be your little brother. I mean, he is my little brother.
I know, right? That's what makes it so awesome.
Awesome? You mean awful?
I mean, it's not like we were trying to get pregnant or anything, so that was kind of unplanned. But it just felt so good doing it with a young stud that I kept doing it over and over again. And, well, then I got pregnant.
I would appreciate you holding back any unnecessary details about you sleeping with my little brother.
Sorry, I just can't help myself. So yeah, like I was saying, even if I wasn't expecting to get pregnant, this means I get to marry your super hot younger brother. So I'm actually pretty happy about it. Jordan loves me, and that's all that matters. So I don't care about his age or his relationship with you.
When did this happen? How did this happen? Our house is like a 3-hour drive from you.
Are you kidding? You didn't know? Jordan enrolled in a college with a campus downtown. He's living on his own in an apartment just a little ways away from me.
Wait, really? I never heard about that.
Whoa! I guess Jordan and your parents weren't kidding.
What? You've even met my parents?
Yeah, isn't it great? You never once took me to your house or introduced me to your parents, did you?
Yeah, and I've told you the reason for that 1,000,000 times before now. My parents treated me like a redheaded stepchild. They gave Jordan everything he wanted and left me with nothing but scraps. You ever hear about hand-me-downs? Well, I got hand-me-ups. I was waiting all through high school for the day I'd finally graduate and be able to leave that family far, far behind me. I haven't gone back home a single time since that day I started college. That's why I never took you to meet them. I didn't want to see them, much less introduce my girlfriend to them.
Yeah, I know. That's what you always told me. But I started to think, is it really fair to base my opinion of them on your one-sided version of the story? It seemed too unbelievable to be true. So about 6 months ago, I figured out what your address was and went to meet them by myself.
You what?
I found your home phone number in your phone's contact list, so I called them up and arranged for a time where I could meet them. Then I waited until a weekend when you were busy, drove up there by myself and introduced myself. I got there pretty late, and it was a long drive back, so they told me I could stay the night.
What the?
It just so happened that Jordan was visiting his parents that weekend, and that night was the first time we were together.
What is the matter with you? I told you time after time how awful they treated me, and after all that, you just go by yourself. And not just that, you... with my little brother.
Yeah, and you know what I found out? They're not nearly as bad as you made them out to be.
Well, I'm sure they put on the best act of their lives.
And you know what else I found out? It was you who was the bad guy, not them.
You gotta be kidding me.
You broke into Jordan's room and stole the money he had saved up at his job during high school. You stole Jordan's girlfriends away from him. You never listened to anything to your parents told you. You were just a complete and total brat.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. That's what Jordan did to me. He stole my money and my girlfriend's. I was the one who worked hard to make something of myself.
Look, Ian, it's your word against theirs. And all three of them told me the exact same story. So if you ask me, what they say is way more credible than what you say. It's 3 versus 1, Ian. So logically, the only conclusion I can reach is that they're telling the truth and you're lying.
It may be 3 versus 1, but all 3 of them are lying.
Whatever. So anyway, you remember me telling you I was going on vacation this weekend? Well, the truth is that I was actually going to your parents' house with Jordan so we could announce our pregnancy to them.
You're a real piece of work.
And since now, Jordan and I are having a baby together, there's no point in us staying together. You would only get in the way. So this is goodbye, Ian.
I see. If you're pregnant, then yeah, I guess you're right.
Obviously I'm right. I'm so happy that I can finally be together with Jordan.
Well, if that's all you gotta say, then I guess we can end this right here. Goodbye, Tamara.
So long, Ian. I'm gonna have a great life with Jordan.
Just do me one last favor and give Jordan and my parents a message for me. I'm cutting them out of my life. I don't ever want to see or hear from any of them ever again.
Good grief, Ian. Don't you think this is the perfect opportunity for you to reflect on your mistakes and reunite with your family? You're such a child.
Reunite with them? I'd rather die.
Whoa, I had no idea you were such a stubborn brat, Ian. I thought you were better than that.
You can think whatever you want about me. I don't care anymore. Goodbye.
Ian, you've got to help me.
Tamara, what the hell do you want?
Don't talk to me like that. I'm in a major crisis over here.
Not that I care. What's the problem?
What do you mean, what's the problem? You, of all people, should know. Your mother is an absolute monster. She's treating me like a red-headed stepchild. Don't laugh at me. This is serious. You have to help me.
Nah, I think I'll pass. I tried to warn you, but you ignored me and dove headfirst into that family. If you want help, why don't you ask your darling husband, Jordan?
Jordan's not at home. He has college classes to attend, so he's still going to be back in the city.
Really?
We did get legally married without a ceremony, since I was pregnant and all. But I couldn't just force Jordan to drop out of college to take care of me. That wouldn't be fair to him. So I quit my job and moved into your family's house so that your mom could help me out with the baby after the birth. But she isn't just helping. It's more like kidnapping. She took the baby away from me and won't let me see him. Your dad stares at me a bunch of the time. It's super unnerving. Jordan's the only one who I could talk to about all of this. But he's at college and never comes home. And the worst part is, I heard that he might be cheating on me with another girl at school.
Wow, sounds like you're having a pretty rough time of things. That honestly doesn't surprise me in the least. Actually, it would have surprised me if it didn't turn out like this.
Oh, now you tell me. If you saw this coming, why didn't you tell me? If I had any idea this is what they really were, I never would have married into this family.
What are you talking about? I did tell you. About everything. I told you that my mom was an overbearing queen bee. I told you that my dad was a lecherous creeper. I told you that Jordan thinks monogamy is a type of wood.
But they seem so nice.
The vile creature Jordan turned out to be is a direct product of being raised by my overbearing queen bee mother and lecherous creeper father. And I told you about all of this time after time. But you decided not to heed my warnings, met with my family behind my back. And after meeting them just one time, you immediately decided that I must be the one who was lying, and they were actually all super nice people. But not just that, you slept with my younger brother. The very night you met him. You knew everything that there was to know, and yet you decided to throw in your hat with them. I've already cut off all contact with them, and I don't consider them to be my family anymore. So nothing they do to you is my problem.
How can you be so cold? I get it now. You were right. You were right all along, Ian. So please, can't we get back together? I'll be the best wife you could possibly dream of having.
And what about your kid?
I'll figure out some way to take him back from your mother and get out of here so we can raise him together. I'll let you be his dad.
You'll let me, huh?
Yeah, he's already your nephew, right? That's pretty close to being your son. And since he's the biological son of your beloved wife, I know you'll have no problem loving him like he was your own. We'll have a wonderful life together, just the three of us.
No, never, not on your life.
Just give it a chance. You'll come to like our life together, I know it.
Life with a rusty nail being constantly driven into my brain would be preferable to life with you.
You've got to do something. Will you at least come down here and take me away from here? All I need is a ride. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, it actually is.
But why?
Because I'm not in the country.
You're not? Then where are you?
Not in the country. I got transferred to an overseas branch for my company with a promise of a major promotion. And I'm looking at getting my permanent residency visa as soon as possible.
That's wonderful for you. But why didn't you tell me about that?
I was trying to tell you about it right before you broke up with me, so never even had the chance.
Oh, wait, now that I think about it, you were saying that you had something important that you wanted to talk to me about in person. Was that it?
Yep. My company was talking about the possibility of the transfer at the time, and I told them that before I gave them a definitive answer, I wanted to talk to my girlfriend, you. And that's why I wanted you to set aside some time to talk to me in person. But then I found out that you had betrayed me in the worst way imaginable, so I no longer needed your input.
Whoa, so that's what's going on? If I had only talked with you openly back then, maybe I'd be over there right now, standing by your side.
You kidding me? The very second I found out you were pregnant with Jordan's child, I'd have kicked you to the curb in an instant.
Really?
Yeah, really. Well then, now that all of that's all been said, I think it should be perfectly clear why I will never help you. I wouldn't even help you if I was living across the street, much less across the globe.
You're so cruel.
Also, I'm going to get rid of this phone soon since I now have a plan with a local carrier over here. So there will no longer be any way for you to contact me ever again.
Ian, please.
So this is goodbye, Tamara. Forever.
Ian, don't do this. Ian.
I heard about what happened after that from my other relatives. My family found out that Tamara had contacted me and they took away her phone. Jordan came home to visit a short while later while on break from his classes. And since Tamara really could just not help herself, about a month after that, she found out she was pregnant with her second child. Pregnant again and unable to run away on her own, Tamara tried going to her parents for help. But it would seem that being easily fooled by bad actors runs in the family. Because when her parents met my parents, they had a grand old time and left reassured that their daughter was in good hands. And then, sometime later, it was Jordan's turn to cause trouble. He started stalking one of his female professors who spurned his advances, got criminally charged for it, sued, and kicked out of the school. The impacts of this didn't just stop with Jordan. In order to pay off the lawsuit and his legal bills, my parents had to sell their house. That was barely enough to cover it, so, left homeless and impoverished, they had no choice but to put their kids into foster care. I'd think that at this point, Tamara could just divorce Jordan and save herself a world of trouble. But for whatever reason, she doesn't seem to be making any efforts to do so.
Mom? What's going on here? Explain this to me. What? I'm busy right now. My closet is almost empty. Where did all my clothes go? I have nothing to wear to my friend's wedding tomorrow. Oh, that? I threw out your clothes. What? You threw them out? Why would you do something like that without telling me? I can't believe someone as unattractive as you has friends who would invite you to their wedding. Oh, I bet your friends are all overweight and unattractive too. Birds of a feather flock together, as they say. Why did you throw away my stuff without asking? Because you still haven't left the house, and I did it to punish you. I gave you $10,000 to leave, so get out already. But I said I needed a little more time. I'll be out in 2 months. You've always been such a loser. You're ugly, dumb, and so different from Rainey. Are you really sisters? You don't look alike at all. Maybe you were switched at birth in the hospital. The thought that an ugly girl like you is my child gives me chills. You don't have to be so mean. I didn't choose to be born with this face. Ugh. Just talking to you makes me feel sick. Oh, right. You mentioned something about a wedding dress. I don't have anything to wear. It's my best friend's wedding from high school. If you don't have anything, just borrow something from Rainy. You're sisters, after all. Oh, wait. Silly me. Normal sisters can share clothes, but you're too fat to fit into her clothes. How much more do you plan to bully me? Don't say such awful things. You're not just ugly in the face. You're ugly in your attitude too. Honestly, I wish I could cut ties with a daughter like you. It's so depressing having you in the house all the time. I want to leave this house as soon as possible too. Then leave. Just give me 2 more months. Then I'll leave and never come back. You'll just come back asking for money. Have I ever done such a thing? I've been working part-time since high school and never asked you for a penny. Rainy never worked and still got an allowance. The $10,000 this time is the first and last money I'll ever ask from you. Rainy is beautiful and charming, so everyone loves her. Even Grandma always gave her better Christmas gifts. That's because you told her I was a bad kid. You said I was a troublemaker, so I don't deserve gifts. I wasn't your child anymore. I never did anything wrong, but you said I stole from a store. Did I say that? I don't remember at all. You're probably just making it up. Seriously, your personality is questionable. An ugly girl with delusions? That's quite something. Enough. Nothing I say gets through to you. So what about your friend's wedding? It's tomorrow, right? You can't go, can you? I can't afford to rent a dress, so I'll have to miss it. Oh? Then you have no plans tomorrow? No, I was really looking forward to it. Rainy's fiancé is coming over tomorrow afternoon, so clean the house. She and I will be at the salon. Make sure everything is spotless. What? She's getting married? No one told me. Why should we tell you? It's none of your business. And stay out of sight in the afternoon. Why? I want to meet her fiancé. No way. We can't let him know someone as ugly as you is part of the family. Geez. We can't let him know we have such a disgrace in the family. That's ridiculous. Even Rainy said that having you as a sister is the biggest stain on her life. She'd never say that. Poor thing. Didn't you realize she and Dad despised you? What? Dad too? Yes. He laughed and said that if anyone knew we had an ugly child like you, Rainy's engagement would be ruined. So stay out of sight or leave the house tomorrow afternoon. Got it? Yeah, got it. I'll stay in my room. Good. You've always been obedient. Mom, can I ask you something? What is it? Make it quick. You're wasting my time. Am I unwanted? I'm your daughter. Not anymore. But from the beginning, I was happy with Rainy. But your dad wanted a boy, and we ended up with an ugly failure. Who do you even resemble? Must be a genetic mutation. I get it. I don't want to hear any more. You asked, didn't you? Anyway, clean the house in the morning and stay in your room in the afternoon. Yes. And leave in 2 months and never come back. Yes. I never want to see your face again, understand? Yes, I understand. It looks like you kept your promise and moved out. Mom, thank you for everything up until now. Do you have a place to go with that $10,000? Yes, I made arrangements beforehand. I'll be fine. Are you worried about me? What? Of course not. This is the last time we'll ever speak. Don't contact me again. I'm ending my role as your mother today. Understood. I won't contact you or come back home. And don't do anything to trouble me or Rainy. Her wedding is coming up soon, and it would be terrible if it got called off because of you. So live your life without involving us. Live like the unattractive person you are without causing us any trouble. I understand. Goodbye. Lisa, what have you done? Who is this? Come on. Have you forgotten all I did for you? Just kidding. It's been a while. By the way, Mom, what do you want? Do you know what time it is? What time? It's still early evening. More importantly, I need to know why Rainy's husband asked about you. What have you done? He wants to meet you. I don't understand. Oh, it must have been released there too. What are you talking about? By the way, where are you right now? I'm living in London. London? I had no idea. I've been here since college. You really have no interest in me, do you? Amazing. Well, I went to high school as a formality, but I researched universities myself and handled everything on my own. You told me to leave the house and said you'd provide no support. So it's no wonder you don't know. By the way, it's the middle of the night here due to the time difference. I don't care about that. With only $10,000, how did you manage? You must have stolen money from the house. Not only are you ugly, but a thief too. How ungrateful. Hold on. I only got $10,000 from you. Then how did you go to a university there? I had a scholarship. You said you wouldn't accept anything but that. You told me to figure it out myself, since you wouldn't give me any money. You really don't remember, huh? Rainy went to a local university while living at home, not working and enjoying her life. I lived alone, handling everything myself without touching any family money. Fine. So you're abroad. What are you doing now? What was Rainy's husband talking about? I studied theater at a university. Theater? After graduation, I started writing scripts. One of my recent dramas became a hit and gained attention. He probably heard about it. Maybe he's read something about the awards ceremony. Awards ceremony? Did you win something? When? I won a scriptwriting award 6 months ago. It wasn't a major competition, but the lead actor also won an award, so maybe it was in the news. It must have been a small award. You have no shame bragging about that. Ugly losers always get cocky over the smallest things. It's truly embarrassing. I'm not bragging. Well, I won a prize this time, so I paid off all my loans accumulated from the university time. You got that much money? Not that much, but enough to rent an apartment in Shoreditch. I don't know how much that is, but you got rich and famous, right? Well, I guess so. Not sure about famous. Why didn't you tell me about the award? You could have at least mentioned it. Excuse me? You told me never to contact you again. No way! I would never say that. You're my precious daughter. I don't know what you're plotting, but don't involve me. So that's that. Wait a minute. Rainy's husband wants to meet you. You left home before her wedding, remember? He wants to finally meet and talk to you. Being recognized by a big company's CEO makes me proud. You haven't come home in ages. To make a good impression, you should come back at once. Huh? You're joking, right? You told me never to come back. I have no intention of returning. Don't say that. Oh, I have an idea. Come back and have him introduce you to his friends. I met them at the wedding and they're all wealthy. You could marry into money. No, thank you. Marry into money? I'm getting married soon. What? To whom? To the lead actor I mentioned. Is he British? You never know what they're thinking. Marry a reliable American man. To make it worse, he's an actor? It's like having a freelance job, right? He's probably just using you. I don't need your approval. And he's not British. Even more suspicious. He's probably poor and after your money. Don't marry him. You deserve better. Don't start acting like a mother now. What? It's normal for a parent to worry about their child. You've ignored me all this time, and now you have the nerve to say that? You never helped when I needed you. You make me laugh. I won't forgive you for saying he's poor and after my money. He's from a small country, but he's royalty there. What? Royalty? You're being deceived. How could someone as unattractive as you live such a fairy tale life? You're being swindled and will lose all your money. Oh, you said he's an actor? He's fooled you. You're ugly and inexperienced with men. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Don't say weird things when you don't know anything. I met him in college and we've been together since then. He told me he fell in love with my personality, not my looks. And it's true that he's royalty. But he doesn't act superior and he's a wonderful person. I've been to his hometown and met his parents. They treated me well and are a lovely family. I was abandoned by my own family, but I found a new one. And I'm happy. So please, don't get involved in my life anymore. Don't say that. Just come back here once. I promised Rainy's husband that he'd meet you. Don't ruin my reputation, please. Oh, and bring your fiancé too. As your mother, I have the right to see what kind of person he is. Mother? What are you talking about? You never did anything motherly for me, and you haven't contacted me in 7 years. Don't act like one when it's convenient for you. It's disgusting. How could you say that? You and Rainey are both precious to me. I'm so proud to call you my daughter. You said having Rainey was enough. She's all you needed, right? Now I have my new family and that's enough for me. So this will be the last time we talk. Wait, please. What now? Just meet Rainey's husband once. I told him you and she are close, but you couldn't make it to the wedding. How could you lie like that? I'm impressed. So, will you come back? Of course not. I apologize for not inviting you to the wedding. If you say I discriminated against you, I apologize for that too. Please forgive me. Let's make up and be a family again. We're mother and daughter. Time will heal us. We've already cut ties. You ignored me, but now that I'm somewhat successful, you want to use me for your benefit. What's in it for me? You make me sick. I'm never coming back. Never coming back? What about my promise to Rainey's husband? I don't know. You made that promise on your own. How can you say such things after everything I did for you? You ungrateful child. I've told you many times, I will never forgive you. Oh, I almost forgot. What? Can you tell Rainey something for me? Why don't you tell her yourself? I've been blocked for 7 years now. So, what do you want to tell her? She hasn't hidden her secret social media account very well. Wait, she's running a secret account? She's posting some pretty risky stuff. If someone sees it, especially her husband, it could be a disaster. What kind of things is she posting? She just got pregnant, right? Yeah. After a long struggle with infertility, she finally did. Well, it seems the baby isn't her husband's. What? That's nonsense. Are you trying to ruin her just because you're jealous of her looks? She wrote on her secret account that she's pregnant with her boyfriend's baby, but hasn't told her husband. There are a lot of incriminating posts. I took screenshots and saved them. What do you think will happen if her husband sees these? If you keep bothering me, I can send them. To whom? To her husband, of course. Oh, but wait. I don't have his phone number. He's a company CEO, right? I'll just email them to his office then. To the CEO. No! Why would you do that? Then stop bothering me and leave me alone. I want to cut all ties with you. All right. Goodbye, Mom. Take care. I cut off all ties with my family and blocked them on my phone. From what I've heard from a close friend back home, Rainey was caught by her husband with a secret account just before she was about to give birth. As soon as the baby was born, they did a DNA test, which confirmed the child was not his, but her lover's. Of course, he filed for divorce and left nothing for her to take. Unable to handle the shame, she disappeared, leaving her newborn behind. My mother, despite her old age, is now raising the baby. But with my father living on his pension, they don't have much money and their life is quite tough.